All right, thank you guys. The Lotte Giants square off against the KT Wiz, and that's going to be a 4 a.m. Eastern first pitch. The Giants are minus 145, totals 10.5, juice to the under. The Wiz are the plus 110 dogs, and if you like the Giants to cover, they're plus $1.15, laying the run and a half. I'm 16-3 in my last 19 extra daily pick tier package plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. And that's a website where I sell really great sports pick subscriptions beginning at just $1.99 through the end of the month. Now, the extra daily pick is one of those packages that I sell, as I'm also 21-6 in my last 27 picks in that category as well. And that's good for 78% during that stretch. I also have a bunch of different great memberships, tiers, and packages that you can subscribe to. We'll bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. And if you just want to check out the website, maybe browse a little bit, check out my current record, link for that site is in the description section below. That's patreon.com/BrockPage. The Giants lost 9-8 this morning to the KT Wiz. That's going to put them in a 3-game losing streak and drops them to 6th place in the standings. They're just half a game ahead of the 7th place Samsung Lions. Now, their 2-5 record in their last 7 is also good for just 29% during that short span. They're taking on a Wiz team who's on a 4-game winning streak, including a 3-game sweep of the Wyverns during that span. They also went 6-2 straight up in their last 8, good for 75% during that stretch as well. The Wiz averaged 7.7 runs per contest in their last 6 victories. Now, total-wise, 4 out of the Wiz last 6 got over the total of 10.5 runs. Meanwhile, 4 out of the Giants' last 6 got over that number themselves. Give me the KT Wiz plus $1.10 in the over 10.5 in that contest. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick timeout and welcome you to the video. Got some lines of personal leans out for Saturday's KBO baseball action. But before we dive into some more of that, I just have to quickly remind you that after Thursday's sports wagering action, I'm 16-3 in my last 19 extra daily pick premium plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. And of course, that's a website where I sell really great sports pick subscriptions beginning at just $1.99 through the end of the month. We'll bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. There's also a bunch of different great memberships, tiers, and packages that you can subscribe to. Now, one of those packages is called the Extra Daily Pick Tier Membership. It's only $2.99 through the end of the month. And in addition to going 16-3 in my last 19, I'm also hitting at 21-6 in my last 27 picks in that category. And that's good for 78% during that span as well. I strongly recommend you at least consider using the website for sports picks. They're my personal plays, games that I personally have action on. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. And with that said, let's go ahead and move on. I'm talking about the Samsung Lions versus the Kia Tigers. And that'll be a 4 a.m. Eastern first pitch. Kia's minus 140, totals 9.5, juice to the under. The Lions are plus 105, and if you like the Tigers laying the run and a half, they're plus 150 for some run line cash. Now, the Tigers beat the Lions by the final of 5-4 earlier this morning. They're also on a 3-game winning streak, including 2 victories over the first place Dinos. Kia's 5-1 record is good. Kia's 5-1 record in their last 6 is good for 83% during that very short span. They're also just 1 game behind of 3rd place in the KBO standings. Now, the Lions on the other side really took it on the chin, in the past couple of games for them. They're currently on a 2-game losing streak and dropped 3 out of their last 6, and that includes a 7-4 loss to the 8th place KT Wiz. Now, total-wise, 3 out of Samsung's last 4 stayed under the total of 9.5 runs. 8 out of their last 11 also stayed under that number. Meanwhile, on the Kia side, they saw 4 out of their last 6 stay under that number themselves. Give me the Kia Tigers minus 140 and the under 9.5 in that game. Next contest, SK Wyverns versus the KRW Heroes, 4 a.m. Eastern start time. The Heroes are minus 155, totals 9.5, juice to the over. The Wyverns are plus $1.20 to win it. And if you like KBO to cover, they're plus 130, laying the 1.5 on the run line. Now, the Heroes beat the Wyverns 2-1 earlier this morning. That's going to make it 3 straight wins for them. They're also 5-2 straight up in their last 7, holding their opponents to just 2.6 runs per contest on average during those wins. The Heroes are just 2.5 games back of the LG Twins for second place in the division. They're taking on a Wyvern squad who lost their last 4 straight, averaging just 3.2 runs per contest during that stretch. Their 1-8 record in their last 9 is good for just 11% during that short span. They also lost 11 out of their last 15 as well, and they are currently in second to last place in the league with a win percentage of just .308. Now, total-wise, the Wyverns' last 2 straight stayed under the total of 9.5 runs. 9 out of their last 11 also stayed under that total. Meanwhile, on the KBO side, they saw their last 3 straight stay under 9.5 runs themselves. 10 out of their last 13 also stayed under that number. Give me the KRW Heroes minus 155 and the under 9.5 in that game. All right, next matchup, it is going to be the Doosan Bears squaring off against the LG Twins, 4 a.m. East. The Twins are minus 175, totals 10.5, juice to the over. The Bears are plus 135 for some money line cash. And if you like the Twins on the run line, they're plus 115, laying the 1.5. Now, the Twins are 4-1 straight up in their last 5, and this includes a 3-game sweep of the Hanwha Eagles, along with a 10-6 victory over the Lotte Giants. The Twins have pounded the ball recently as well, averaging 8.5 runs per contest in their last 6. Now, the Twins' 8-3 record in their last 11 has helped them solidify their spot in second place in the KBO standings. They're taking on a Bears squad who's dropped 4 out of their last 6, including a 6-3 loss to the 7th place Lions. The Bears have also lost their last 3 straight series. Now, scoring-wise, 4 out of the Bears' last 5 games stayed under the total of 10.5, despite this morning's 18-10 affair, by the way. Just wanted to clear that up. That was a crazy game. But they also saw 9 out of their last 13 stay under that number as well. Meanwhile, on the Twins side of things, they saw 8 out of their last 13 stay under the 10.5 themselves. Give me the LG Twins minus 1.5 and the under 10.5 in that contest. All right, next and final matchup for the show, it is going to be the Hanwha Eagles squaring off against the NC Dinos, 4 a.m. Eastern start time. The Dinos are minus 330, totals 9.5 flat. The Eagles are plus 225 on the money line. And if you like the Dinos to cover here, they're minus 140, laying the 1.5. Now, the Dinos improved to 27-11 on the year with their 3-1 victory over the Eagles this morning. That's going to be good for a win percentage of 711. And that's going to put them in first place in the league. They're taking on a last place Hanwha team who's won just 9 out of 40 games on this season. And they also lost 7 out of their last 8 series. The Eagles are currently 28 games back of the Dinos for first place in the KBO. Now, total-wise, 3 out of Hanwha's last 6 got over the total of 9.5 runs. Meanwhile, on the Dinos side of things, they saw 4 out of their last 5 get over that number themselves. Give me the NC Dinos minus 1.5 and the over 9.5 in that game. All right, let's go ahead and dive into some shout-outs. And from our Patreon platform, shout out to Douglas Simmons, Jesse Brown, Angel Robles, Michael Mosley, Jay Hudson, Darian Kane, Al Kennedy, Kenny Brown, Chad Barnett, and Rashad Thomas. Next, from our Instagram platform, shout out to Joseph Robert, Manoj Kalra, Kingpin Pro, Bubba Jonesy, Murillo Alvis, Chris Black, Raheem Hayes, Will Slade, Drew Braun, and Jay Navarrete. And finally, from our YouTube platform, shout out to Bo Dunn, Dependra Rajal, Daniil Nazar, Jess, my man Andrew Stirrup from the Bahamas. Also, shout out to Daniel Brook, Ghost Picks Jimmy, Richard Hill, Anthony Martinez, and last but certainly not least, got to give a shout out to my man, Stephen Lewis. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Once again, don't forget to check me out on Patreon. But most importantly, guys, I got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, happy Friday or Saturday to you, depending on when you're watching this. Best of luck to you, and I look forward to seeing you later today on my website. And once again, that is patreon.com/BrockPage.